What is up, everyone? Safe Investor AG here, and I'm the biggest Hedera Hashgraph shill. But how long will this bear market last? Honestly, there's one man that I trust, and like I mentioned him in this video, and that's Clear Value Tax. He is probably the smartest guy, completely out of anyone's league, and I trust him. Let me tell you, he's been around for years and years, and he's been right. And he doesn't need subscribers, just so you know. He made his money. He's a CPA for years, and he's made his money that way. And you can tell by his videos. Look, he never does any thumbnails for clickbaiting. He never does that. Look at all of his videos. They look boring, very boring. But his goal is to help the retail investor. And I'm pretty grateful for this guy. And so he breaks down what he expects. And honestly, I'm listening to him very, very clearly, because he's been right too many times to not listen to him. It's just crazy how right he's been. So anyways, I'm gonna play a short clip. Okay. And here we go. So
capitalize on the Bitcoin marketplace at a fraction of the cost, trading micro Bitcoin using NinjaTrader's I call the top of this.
So yes, he called the top on the video back in 2020. You can research that. He called the top of Bitcoin and all crypto, and he told everyone to sell. He got laughed at, which is why I don't get why Strongman makes fun of this guy. This guy he's too good, but I'm so grateful that he's out to help the retail investor, and I really appreciate that. So let's listen to him.
The stock market, and we are now in a bear market. So do you know how I predicted this? It's because in this country, in the United States of America, we have central planning. If you do not understand that, then you need to wake up. So do you know what the definition of central planning is? It is an economic system in which decisions are made by a central authority rather than market participants. So let me ask you a sincere question. Who dictates the direction of the economy, the debt market, the stock market, the housing market? You can throw in the cryptocurrency markets. It's the Federal Reserve with their monetary policy. They decide for us. They run the show. If you know what they're going to do, then how could you not be able to time the markets? Fortunately, the Federal Reserve is very predictable. It's like a cheesy movie where you know how the story unfolds. Now, I want you to take a look at this graph, and this is so important because this is what the Federal Reserve is going to do.
I'm going to pause it. This video was from 4 weeks ago, and he was right. He made the video like right around here, and homeboy has been correct.
In 2023, and this is how the stock market reacts. History shows that after stage 3 of the Fed pivots, which is when they start cutting interest rates, the stock market continues to fall. So the crypto market mimics the NASDAQ, so I expect similar ramifications on cryptos. But take a look at this. So if you notice, take a look at what's different this time. This time, the stock market is going down, leading up to stage 3 of the Fed pivot. Therefore, you'll have to recalibrate your expectations for this difference, which we're going to get into more. We're going to get deeper into that in another video. So let's talk about this graph, what history teaches us. The Federal Reserve has been raising interest rates by 0.75% at each one of their meetings. So 0.75%, that's a lot. Sooner or later, the Federal Reserve will have to slow down. And that slowdown, it is expected to occur on December 14th. So that would be the start of stage 1 of the Fed pivot, which is smaller interest rate increases.
Which happened.
And I want to bring this up so there's no confusion. When I explain the Fed pivot, I break it up into 3 stages. So the first stage is the slowdown, and then the second is the pause, and the third is the interest rate cuts. So I do this to map out the timeline so you know where we are in the sequence of events. So it's just easier to explain it that way. So as you know, the Federal Reserve, they cannot continue raising interest rates forever.
Yeah.
The Federal Reserve is expected to stop raising interest rates in early 2023. When they stop raising interest rates and they take a pause, that will be the start of stage 2 of the Fed pivot. So the pause is expected to last for a few months. And then it's just going to be a matter of time until the Federal Reserve starts cutting interest rates again. When they start cutting interest rates, we will be entering the stage 3. So that's stage 3 of the Fed pivot. That is expected to occur in the second half of 2023. They're going to start cutting interest rates when something breaks or for fiscal reasons. When stage 3 of the Fed pivot occurs, history shows that the stock market will continue to go down. So let me explain this. The Federal Reserve is only going to cut interest rates if the economy is suffering or if capital markets become dysfunctional. Let's just say illiquidity in the debt market, the stock market crashes, etc. So in other words, something is going to break and the Federal Reserve will respond and try to rescue the day by cutting interest rates. However, because of the lag effect, the interest rate cuts will not save the situation immediately. It's going to take some time. Therefore, the economic situation will continue to degrade and the stock market will continue to go down as the Federal Reserve is cutting interest rates. So that's what history shows, and that is what the graph, what I just showed you, that's what that shows too. Therefore, historically, the bottom will be after stage 3 of the Fed pivot. It's not going to be before, not at the start, but after, when they start cutting interest rates. On November 30th, Jerome Powell chaired the Federal Reserve.
So you have to keep in mind, because of the lag effect, we had small portions of interest rate hike recently in December. Right now it's January 3rd. In December 14th, we got a small hike. And so you have to give it about 6 months from that, which puts us in May. So he's proposing that there will be no rate hikes, but rate cuts in the beginning of 2023. And because of the lag effect, the market will still keep dropping. That's when you keep loading up. So yes, I'm going to keep loading up then. So this is amazing tips he's giving it. I mean, I know this is over, it used to go over my head, but now this kind of stuff, I understand it because of what I've been through, because of the losses I've had. So now I'm paying a lot of attention. Okay, remember, because of the lag effect. So let's continue.
Reserve said they do not intend to crash the capital markets, and he believes that we can still avoid a recession. So it's up to you whether you want to believe that or not. Now, I want you to be aware of this. So you know how inflation started shooting up and it caught the Federal Reserve off guard? So the same thing is expected to happen with unemployment in 2023. In November, the U.S. economy added 263,000 jobs. However, Bank of America is predicting that the U.S. economy will be losing 175,000 jobs a month around March.
Wow.
So you want to know how to make money off this situation. And it's very straightforward. As I said, it's just a simple case of disaster capitalism. It's not my fault that the economic situation is going to degrade. It's not your fault either. And if you or I make money off the situation because we're smart enough to anticipate this, then what is wrong with that? Now, I'll donate some money to charity, I'll plant some trees, and I encourage you to do the same thing.
Originality is overrated.
This guy is dropping just golden nuggets.
So here's what I'm doing personally. This is a piece of my playbook. So I have built up my reserve funds to strike when the opportunity presents itself, when it's optimal. So
remember, he's predicting that the market will keep dropping. Right now it's January 3rd, and the market has kept dropping. Crypto has been dropping. Remember. Look. So the video we're watching right now was around here. 4 weeks ago, it was around here. This is sauce. See sauce or swap? And look, it kept dropping. He's predicting it'll keep dropping. I think it might touch again that 1.9 cent. It might drop a little below that, maybe even 1.5 or even 1.2. So because of what he's saying, that liquidity, and same goes for HBAR. Now remember what HBAR, it's getting just destroyed, mainly because they just released more. It got diluted. It got completely diluted. So you see this drop? It's, yeah. So when we watch this video, it was again around here. After I watched this video, I was considering selling because of Christmas, and I did sold some because of Christmas. I sold some, remember my video I posted about how much I had in here, and I did because I watched oops, excuse me, I watched Clear Value Tax on but anyways, yeah, remember that, guys. It was a very, I'm just trying to digest what I just showed you in those there. Okay, let's continue watching it.
Right now, I have money on standby, ready to go when economic conditions get worse. But I'm not going to continue hoarding cash beyond that point to unhealthy levels. With any surplus money, I am accumulating various stocks and assets, and silver is one of them. So I'm going to tell you why. It is the perfect storm for silver in a good way. It's the absolute perfect setup. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why. So reason number 1 is that it is a store of value. Silver is a store of value. It is a hedge against monetary inflation. That means that the Federal Reserve and central banks continue printing money. They go back to their old ways of just printing money like crazy. Then silver is going to be a very good way to protect yourself. Reason number 2 is that silver is powering the green revolution. So whether you like it or not,
okay, anyways, so that was my point in my video. He predicted that crash when we were here. So that guy is a genius. He said, and you know, everyone thought, oh no, we're not gonna go any lower. You know, back here we thought 6 cents was the lowest, and I knew it was gonna drop to 4, and I legit thought 6 cents was the lowest, but then it got diluted, and then it crashed even further. And I thought, oh, because it got diluted, you know, and then HBAR got diluted even more, which was unexpected to me. But remember, they're trying to mimic, they're trying to go off of what's happening in with the stock market. So they want to, that's why they have dilution wiggle room is what I call it, to dilute cryptos by not releasing the entire supply, because or else it won't be able to drop much, such as BNB. BNB has already gotten diluted to the max. It cannot get diluted even more. Another one is Quant. Let me show you. So Quant right there. So Quant, I look at the supply, it's already at 83%. So Quant has barely dropped, it hasn't really dropped. See, it's at $100. Now look at the year. See, it's actually going up. So they can't drop this much. So that's why people are buying Quant, because they only have 70% left of dilution, but they can't, yeah. So anyways, no, you have to listen to people that are smarter than you. Clear Tax, what's his name again? Clear Value Tax. He's extremely smart. This guy, I really hope his channel doesn't get deleted. Like my man Matt Chase, I have no clue what happened to his channel. He called the run. He legit called the run for Ethereum when it was like at $200. He warned people to buy Ethereum, and then this dude sold it at 4,000, and he made videos of it. But he's deleted his videos. Like, what the heck? Like, he has no videos. But anyways, be smart, guys. Remember what? Have a game plan. You gotta have a game plan and stick to it. I shared to you guys what my game plan is, and I want to buy more sauce. I want to buy more sauce, and I want to buy more HBAR. But remember DCA, and only buy with money that you're not going to need. If it's $20, then put in $20. All right. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.